Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the INT Gotenks that recently got his Extreme Z Awakening as a part of the Raditz campaign celebration and the Goku and Friends Extreme Z area. So this is the unstoppable combo Gotenks. So obviously he got his EZA and he's much improved alongside Tarbell. And I think he's a pretty good unit. Obviously he has his limitations, he relies on debuffing the enemy to engage the full portion of his damage, but I think overall he's a great option for Fusion SBR, a great free to play option for a lot of Fusion SBR, Fusion ESBR, all those sorts of content, and I think he's going to be great. So he is a Fusion category lead of Ki +3 attack defense and HP 77%. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his super attack while causing supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowers their defense. This is important as it will trigger the second part of his passive. He has attack and defense of 50%, he has an additional attack and defense of 50% for 5 turns from the start of turn, he has an additional attack and defense of 100% when performing a super attack, and he launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when facing only one enemy. He has an additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking if the target enemy is in defense down status. He has Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, the Innocent Shocking Speed, Fused Fighter over in a flash, shattering the limit, and he also has Fusion, Hybrid Saiyans, Youth, Special Pose, Gifted Warriors, Time Limit, and Fused Fighters category. Now, we're going to be trying him out on the Fusion team. Overall, he's got a pretty decent link set. He has wide dispersion of key links. He has Saiyan Lineage, he has Shocking Speed, he has Fuse Fighter, and he has Over in a Flash and Sharing the Limit. So he has upwards of 5 key links. So he's a pretty malleable unit that can kind of just be slotted in anywhere. Generally speaking, he's probably going to be a floating damage dealer on any SPR team. Of course, you can change however you want him to work, but generally speaking, that is going to be the best place for him. Now, of course, in terms of everything else, he does require defense down to activate the full portion of his passive. I don't think that's something you can deny, but generally speaking, it is still a very, very helpful passive, one that is going to be able to help you out, and it's going to cause him to do quite a large sum of damage. It is multiplicative, so when all of his boosts are factored in, he will have 300% attack and defense when performing a super attack for the first 5 turns, and 400% if the enemy is in defense down. So we can see here one of his good pairing partners. His starter turn defense is not so great. He does gain a large portion of it on super, so that is something to keep in mind if you are looking to pair him up with a unit. But generally speaking, he's going to look pretty good. We should see a pretty decent attack stat here from him. 2.8 million, very, very solid. Now remember, you can build him full crit because he does have additionals built into his passive, and it goes up straight away with the second one because of the defense lowering and also the raising of his attack. It's a much, much bigger attack stat, and it crosses the 3 mil threshold easily. So Gotenks looks pretty solid. In terms of defense, his defense in that scenario would have been way higher, well over the 200k point. So generally speaking, he's pretty reliable. I think he's a great floating damage dealer. I think you're going to find a lot of usage for him in teams where you need some damage. He's also going to debuff the enemy as well, although that's not a major problem. But generally speaking, because of his key links, he can kind of just be used on any team. As a floater, very possible. If you're very limited, I would say a second slot unit. And considering the fact that he links decently key-wise with a lot of units, you're not going to be too limited. In terms of his major links, I think there you can become limited, but we'll talk about that when we go over his links. So here we can see looking very solid. Obviously we have the support from Pandel as well. We did get support from the Wirus, but of course we're just mainly focusing on Pandel over here. So yes, we are going to be dealing some big damage here and seeing how it goes, but yeah, Gotenks looking very, very solid. So again with the 2.8, very good starting point, and then we should see it go up to 3.7. very, very, very good. So yeah, overall, really solid. I think, personally speaking, I think it's a very, very good little kind of, how can I say? I think he's a very, very good little option. I think he's a very, very solid option. I think he brings a lot to the table, and I think he's a good damage dealer to have. I don't think he's going to blow any minds, but I think overall he will be a reliable option of damage dealing. Now, of course, in terms of his links, as we discussed, he's got Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Innocent, Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, Over in the Flash, and Sharing the Limit. Most of those are key links. So you're pretty much dealing with a unit that's just going to have a large selection of units to gain key from. The links aren't going to improve him that much. It's not like he's going to go huge up in damage or anything like that. But generally speaking, he'll have a decent time. If you do link level him, which I don't advise ever for free-to-play units, you won't see anything major. Although if you are looking to prioritize him as a unit, the Innocence and Saiyan Warrior Race are probably his best attack links. That being said, they are pretty easy to get. You can get them with Goten Kid, Trunks Kid, Gotenkses, pretty much any of those units you can get them with. So yeah, it's entirely up to you, but I don't think you'll be having that many issues running this guy. He's just a unit that's very, very malleable and very, very usable in a lot of situations. You can prioritize any of the key links. It doesn't really matter too much, but if you do want to prioritize a specific key link, I guess you could essentially prioritize Shocking Speed, I guess, is his best key link, or Over in the Flash. But it's really not that big of a issue. I think you can run whichever one you want, and you should be fine, like overall. So yeah, generally speaking, his link set's decent. It's very malleable. It's not anything too specific. It's not anything too great. There's no super impressive links. I mean, I guess the Innocence being his best attack link is something that's decently impressive. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything too major here. You're probably going to be more than fine no matter what you take. So yeah, just focus on that and you'll be okay. So yeah, generally speaking, you should be fine. But overall, he's got some interesting linking partners. If you really want to look into it, you've got like Weirus, pretty interesting linking partner. There's quite a few that are good options. I wouldn't necessarily make my priority to see who he links to, because like I said, you're probably going to want to run him as a floater. But if you are that way inclined, let's say you just want to run a full Gotenks team or something like that, then yeah, obviously you can look at who he links to and prioritize on that way. But there's lots of free-to-play options as well that link really well with him. So overall, you shouldn't have that harder time finding anyone. It's just going to depend on yourself and how well you handle things. But yeah, that is pretty much it when it comes to Gotenks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you next time. Till then, take care and bye.